I'm Azar with Leap of Faith Life, and I wanted to take some time today to talk about how to travel practically for free. There's lots of online resources that are around today, and I knew about absolutely none of these this time last year. I was looking for a way to live by the beach and do it in a way that was cost effective, and that's how I stumbled upon all of these websites. First three I want to mention are helpx.net, workaway.info, and yogatrade.com, and I'll link them all below for you guys to check out yourselves. But those three websites, and there's lots more like them, but those are the ones that I've used and that I've heard of my friends using that I've worked with abroad. And they are websites that get people that need help all over the world. So maybe it's with babysitting, gardening, or social media, content marketing, just help running a bed and breakfast or translating documents. All kinds of jobs that you could think of that you could do. You have a talent or skill that will allow you to live somewhere for free. So it's an opportunity if you have a gap year or a summer, or you're just in between jobs or relationships or what have you, that you want to take an adventure. All of these are available to you to take the time, whether it be just a couple weeks all the way up to 6 months. Whatever time frame that you're looking in, there are options available to you. So I wanted to talk about kind of my experience on these websites specifically. First one was in Spain. I was moving from the Netherlands to back home. I kind of was in an in-between phase. I really wanted to keep traveling, and my favorite country, one of my favorite countries in the world is Spain, and I had a wonderful study abroad experience in Sevilla in the Andalusia portion of Spain, which is the southern portion, and I wanted to go back. So I just kind of started looking on Workaway to see what was there, and found a bed and breakfast that was looking for help during a writer's retreat, and it was just clearing out the rooms when guests came and left, talking with the guests, and helping to prepare a few meals. So they had a chef there that needed some sous chef type help, not anything too fancy, just they would tell you what to do, chop this, grate that, set that table. It was a really tiny bed and breakfast. It only had like 10 rooms or something like that. And it was in this tiny little city, this town that was 100 or 200 people, and it was the off season, so not even that many, I think, were living in the town itself. I just wanted to work with my hands and meet some new people and just take a month off before I headed back to the States. I looked up Spain in the search box, and this woman came up. Talked to her on Skype, wrote her an email, and it was all set in stone. There was another woman working there at the time, and we would clean things together, cook together, we would switch off shifts, so sometimes she'd be helping, sometimes I'd be helping. I'd say I worked about 4 hours a day, and the other times I had free. The schedule kind of shifted, so some days maybe you'd be working more. We'd go down to the city and get groceries and then lug them all back, and we'd have to lug them from the car, which was super far away because the streets are so tiny because it's so old that you'd have to lug the groceries back and forth. So you'd maybe work more one day and then not so much the next. But it was amazing to be a part of this community so deeply. This woman was an expat as well. She was from England living in Spain, and so she had all these wonderful stories. I renovated this really old farm. It was beautiful. The sun was shining in November. It was warm out all the time. We were taking these gorgeous hikes all over the countryside, and there was so much to explore. So even though it was a tiny town, and she was very upfront with that in the beginning, it was magical. Collecting water, going on walks, and just sitting in the fresh air every morning. We'd have a good big fresh breakfast together, and it was lovely. So that was my Spain experience. I just want to welcome you. We're going to go on weekly adventures with tips and inspiration from the 28 countries that I've traveled to and the 6 that I've lived in. Please take a moment to subscribe, and let's have a good old-fashioned adventure together in travel, yoga, and life.